quite extraordinary quotes, it must be said, from their coach Unai Emery, has come out and said, look, if we want to be competing for the Champions League, we've got to basically have a top 5 player. Alexis Sanchez, Mbappe and Neymar were after all of them. There was no, I don't want to talk about players who are at other clubs. He just steamrolled into the China shop and broke the whole thing.
And it's weird because it's not even what you expect, given Emery's personality. So much of this idea that this is gentleman's agreement where we pretend not to talk about other players and so on. I think they're making their intentions known. I think they really believe that they have a shot at Neymar. They evidently have been convinced that this is not just Neymar angling for more money and a better deal with Barcelona. I mean, he only got it a year ago, and they're coming out and they're stating their intentions. Personally, I like that honesty. I hate this thing where they all have to pretend, and then the minute the cameras stop rolling, you know, clubs get on the phone with agents and say, like, can you get him to do this or that?
Is this not tapping up?
What does that mean? Tapping up is this thing that's a silly thing that was invented in England. I mean, this is not, you know, we're in the off season. Every club does this. Every club normally acts to intermediaries. It's not as if Emery's showing up on Neymar's boat and saying, like, you know, putting his arm around him and being like, you know,
Hi
look,
there.
you know, hello. But, you know, this is the real world. He's saying this is a target. We're ambitious, and we're basically, I'm just going to confirm what's been in the papers for the past week.
Is he right, Shaq? If he gets one of those 3 players, could PSG win the Champions League? Is it as simple as that?
No, I don't think it's as simple as getting one of those players and everything else remaining the same and PSG go on and win the Champions League. But it is about building a club that everybody wants to come to. And I think having one of those 5 players is a step in that direction. So I understand the sentiment, and as a matter of fact, I fully agree with it. Now, the question is, how do they get one of those players? I mean, all they talk about PSG is about Neymar and in excess of 220 million euros. I mean, that is simply farcical, especially with everything else that's kind of going on in the game and the other rules that PSG, you suppose, have to abide